Confidence is a curious thing, incredibly difficult to attain and yet even easier to lose. Some athletes spend significant time searching, while others are born with it. It can grow with each success and drop with each failure. Why is this important though? Why do so many of the top athletes focus on such a small aspect of their game? It's because the difference between winning with ease and not even being competitive lies within the 7 inches between the ears. This is what we're going to be diving into today. Confidence is important in nearly every sport, but today I want to dive into one specifically, motocross. Having a lack of confidence while competing is something I've had a lot of personal experience with through my racing career, and unfortunately it has continued through to now as a pro. When combined with a lot of research on confidence itself, I end up with an ability to understand and explain it that not many have. I know firsthand how confidence can make or break a race, and I know how difficult it is to increase it. Confidence is defined in the Britannica Dictionary as a feeling or belief that you can do something well or succeed at something. It's something that allows an athlete to focus on themselves, limit outside distractions, and commit fully. The increased focus and ability to trust oneself enough to fully commit are integral to competing at the highest level. Chase Sexton, a professional motocross and supercross racer, is an incredible example of this. While he's often the fastest man on the track, he ends up crashing out of the lead, which leads to a lack of wins.
Ricky was 3.5.
Oh! We almost lost it on that dragon back, and I was just about to tell you, this is the point in the race when you're in Chase Sexton's position. You keep it on right now, and you'll get to a point where you can relax because you've broke Eli Tomac at least for this race win, and that was a close one, JT.
Yeah, and Ricky. Oh no! He's down. How quickly can it be up?
As we can see, most of the crashes have been while he's been out front with minimal pressure, or working his way up while clearly being the fastest. This can be chalked up to a momentary lapse in concentration. For most of this Supercross season, he has been swimming upstream to try and solve this. Each time he crashes out of the lead, his confidence is lowered even more. This creates an unending cycle, as each crash leads to a further decrease in confidence, which decreases focus and commitment while racing, ultimately leading to more crashes. Recently, however, he's been able to keep the bike up to take some wins. He attributes this to a couple things, referencing his mental game, and confidence is one of them. By staying strong and working to increase his confidence throughout this year, he has been able to take the season championship, which will increase his confidence a lot, making him a threat for the future. Confucius once said, "The man who says he can and the man who says he cannot are both usually correct." This holds true to this day, and Cooper Webb, another professional supercross and motocross racer, makes this clear. As a polar opposite to Sexton, he is almost never the fastest rider on the track, and yet he has won plenty of races and is a 2-time Supercross champion. So if he's not the fastest, how does he do it? It's often said that you can win before the competition even begins, and Webb does just that. He holds a huge mental advantage over nearly every other competitor and has so much confidence in himself that it is perceived often as cockiness. To be able to do this shows an insane amount of confidence in himself, and can often lower his competitions, making them distracted and unable to perform at their best. A great example of this was in the 2021 season, while he was battling Ken Roczen for the points lead in Red Plate. He writes the simple message, "Red Plate," and makes sure Roczen can see it. In his mind, he had already won, which is exactly what he proceeded to do, effectively winning the race before the gates had even dropped. Unfortunately, confidence is not a one-stop shop. Instead, it's a careful combination of many components. Achievement, skill, execution, physical factors, psychological factors, feeling superior to opposition, and tactical awareness are the main factors that work to supply confidence to an athlete. Achievement is the one most known. If you're doing well, it stands to reason your confidence will be higher. But what can you do to raise your confidence if you're not doing well, as that's obviously the most necessary time? Physical factors, psychological factors, and skill execution are the aspects that come into play. If an athlete can get their physical factors down, strength, agility, and endurance, it is often easier for them to be confident in their abilities. Paired with working on mental toughness to believe you can, and skill execution, perfecting technique, confidence can soar, leading to achievements, which only grows it further. Throughout the sports world in general, and more specifically the racing world, confidence is brought up quite often and treated like magic. While it isn't exactly that, it is an incredibly important piece of the puzzle that is necessary to be competing at the highest level. Sometimes being good is only half the battle. Sometimes winning is a battle of the minds.